magazine, industry magazine, going through. And obviously the beards caught my attention. And I said, well, that's pretty interesting. And what on LinkedIn was kind of following them there, stalking them there, and decided that I'd engage them in some of their commercial sales. We had been the same thing. We were trying the sales approach, this old school sales approach, and it was not working. And actually my initial call was with Brandon, and we got off on operations. And he was asking me a series of questions I could not answer. Like I was just not able to answer because it didn't exist in our company. And that was just like, you know, I was kind of a gut check moment for I got the phone call, like, that's not great, man. You're afraid that your performance is going to be scrutinized and that your ego is tied to the company's performance. Like if the company's doing something wrong, you're doing something wrong. If this is wrong, you're wrong. Because all eyes are going to go back to you because we do it this way because so-and-so said to do it this way. And, you know, it's kind of like pick your pain at that point. You know, do you want the pain of running up against the wall and continue it this way? Or do you just want to be told one time you're not going to right and then correct? When I brought them on, it was kind of letting go of the reins and opening everything up and accepting that, you know, we had gotten to a point and it was okay to have help, right? Literally help, like phone a friend. And when I introduced it to the company, there was some apprehension at first. But then once they met the team and engaged with the Floodlight team, it changed everyone's culture because I think we realized we didn't have to go it alone, right? We didn't have to learn by mistakes. And also some of the pain that we were feeling, others felt like we weren't failing at things. We were actually doing okay in some senses. We just needed someone to tell us that. We were coming off COVID here in Florida. We were coming off the Great Resignation, and there was some turnover that we weren't used to. And at the same time, based on COVID and the inability to do some work, there's some financial stresses that were happening. And as we entered into this relationship, most of us knew that where we had to go and what we wanted to do, we just lacked the confidence to do it. And then the know-how and how to get there. Like we knew the destination, we just didn't know the route. And we were equipped with these tools, insight, and planning that allowed us to head in that direction. And I think one of the things was we always thought we needed more, like I said, sales, and we needed stability. We needed foundation. We needed standards and processes that we just lacked. From a company standpoint, you know, the foundation exists with processes, standards, core values. Every position has a description and a solid org chart and financials that just did not exist in our company. There is a sense of transparency throughout the organization. No matter what market you're in or position, you should know what the personal right and left you're supposed to be doing. From a revenue standpoint, which I know is important to owners, we've doubled our revenue. Okay, we're $33 million company this year. I think we're 16 or 17 when we engaged Floodlight. We've built in a strong foundation of commercial clients, which allows us to diversify away from some sources of business that were financial stress. So that sales aspect, we're adding revenue, that's recurring revenue with commercial clients year over year, just giving us a stronger outlook on the future, right? We're not looking in the present. We're able to look out in our windshield and say, okay, we can look down 2, 3, 4, 5 years and forecast where we want to be and not worry about, well, we got to survive this year. You know, no, we're not really worried about that. You know, we're able to sit with Floodlight and grow. And the funny thing is, I think we've been there for 2 or 3 years, and the compounding conversations that we have, we wouldn't even have dreamt about going about 2 years ago, right? We're diving deep into financials and reports and higher level hiring and training and things like that. So, you know, as a company, we're in a great situation right now. Floodlight is like this add-on to our company, right? It's not something that we overanalyze. It's like, you know, we actually go to them, like say phone a friend. And then we also have higher level views of what we want to do. And we listen to their advice because they've been a part of very important conversations of ours. So they're ingrained in our culture now. The team, as they buy in and they start to live and breathe it, you know, it takes a moment, right? It's not like instant. Then one day you're kind of looking back, you're like, oh, wow, I have this additional time, or, hey, I'm okay walking away right now and focusing on this part of my life that's non-FP related. I don't have to take that call. Less stress, not just living in the now, looking to the future. You know, people talk about work-life balance. Like it exists if as a team, you're committed to existing. And same with the people in this company that carry themselves in a totally different way. This higher professional, higher level way of confidence that exudes in their position in meetings. They're outward bound talking. I see them. They're on LinkedIn, proud of what they're doing. And because they're proud of what they're doing every day, They go home and they're proud of what they accomplished during the day, and that translates into their personal life as well. This is a no-brainer for us. It's an ongoing investment in the company and our future. And if I look back 2 years ago to now and was told, if you invest this, you can get here, I would have said, yeah, no-brainer, do it right now. Okay. I know it's a big jump, and I know that there's a lot of consultants out there that are claiming to be consultants. This is one that I can tell you that, it's a participant in our company that we've been through, I think it's 3 years now, actually, and we're committed to, and we never second guess it. We never look at this number on a balance sheet and say, can we trim there? Because the payoff, the return in so many different ways of the company is 10x. So I think also the faster that you get involved and do something, the faster you are to get to your goal, right? You have to start somewhere. And for many of us, we have goals, we don't know where to start. Well, having like a personal trainer almost sit behind you saying, here's what we're going to do today. I know you think we have to do this, but we're going to start here and let's do this. And forcing that to a point that I think that we all need that in business. So